Attack on Titan is still by far one of the best animes ever created. It's a very timeless anime, and until this day, it still holds up to be one of the greatest animes ever created in humankind. The only other anime I know that could top this is Berserk, and I don't understand how people compare this to Berserk, and Berserk is a whole different story. But yeah, I could actually see why people compare it. It's because they're both dark fantasies. But Attack on Titan was there when Berserk couldn't even do it right back in 2016, you know? You know that crappy 2016 adaptation of Berserk that we do not discuss? Yeah, Attack on Titan was there to fill that gap for Berserk fans. When I first was introduced to Attack on Titan, I was just obsessed with the animation. The openings were really amazing too. At this time, there was no other anime like Attack on Titan. The animation was just stupendous. And it wasn't just the animation that really got me just watching the show, but the story was also incredible. Every second that passed by, I just wanted to just rewatch the whole episode again because of how amazing the story was. And I actually never really done that to an anime before. This was the first anime that actually got me into rewatching the episode again for how amazing it was. You know, you did something right when somebody has to rewatch the episode again for how incredible just everything was. I was really into this anime. The openings, the characters, every single thing that I was just... Even the Chibi series, that's how good it was. I saw the Chibi series as well. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I even read the manga, and I usually do not like to read manga, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every single panel that the creator drew. I enjoyed the story. That's because I was obsessed with just Attack on Titan. But I also did not want to intend to just go on further with the manga because if I continue to read the manga, then I would just spoil the story for myself when I watch the anime. Because I myself was getting very impatient to know what was really going on with this entire story. I wanted to know what was going to happen to Eren, Mikasa, Levi, Hanji, all these characters, because I was obsessed. And the first episode sold me off completely. Just the Titans just coming into this wall, and then you see Eren becoming, you know, who he was because of his mother getting eaten by a Titan, and that Titan that ate his mom was his stepmom. And what I found out later, I wasn't shocked. The only thing that I did not enjoy about the series was the ending. That is the only thing that I disliked. I understand it's very hard to come up with an ending. A beginning, you could just make up something along the way, but an ending, you have to make that closure perfect. Although in the anime it was done better, but in the manga it wasn't done perfect at all. By the way, you know what I just realized about Attack on Titan? This show does a better job with War Never Changes and the concept of humanity than the Fallout Prime show. Yes, an anime does a better job with War Never Changes than the multi-million-dollar show. I know they're two different shows, but I just wanted to bring that up. So anyway, as I was saying, one of the best things about Attack on Titan is that the creator is not shy away to kill off these characters. A show that could kill off their characters, or a creator that just basically isn't shy away to kill off one of the characters, is somebody I respect a lot. And as much as I hate Hanji and Sasha going down, I still respect the creator. And I felt devastated when they both died. They were one of my favorite characters. I wanted Gabby to die so bad because she killed Sasha, and we love Potato Girl. Potato Girl was one of the best. It was always the fun characters that always died. Just like Levi's uncle, he was an interesting character. And if it weren't for that guy, then I guess Levi wouldn't be the savior of humanity. Levi is the entire reason why I continue to watch the show. Not because he was my favorite, but the reason why he had the best backstory in Attack on Titan. Eren, not really. Mikasa, almost. But Levi, it was done perfect. And the reason why I say that his backstory was done perfectly is because we actually got to see his backstory into becoming the savior of humanity. His uncle taught him all these movesets, and so he could defend himself, and when he was forced to join the ranks, he became the savior of humanity. But the characters I adore the most in the show are Levi and Hanji. Hanji, she is an amazing character. She brought a lot of joy to the show. Her and Potato Girl were the best, but you know, how realistic this is with war, you have to show that both sides were actually going through something. It's not just one side being attacked, it's both. Because war isn't just attacking one side. War is attacking both. And in some anime, it's not just like, they don't show both sides. They only show one side. And it doesn't really teach anybody what war really is. Isayama brought a lot of spark to just teaching you what the world of Attack on Titan is. Not just, teaching you about the walls, but teaching you about the entire world of what happened to these people and why they were turned as titans. That was my entire interest. Why were these titans being created? Where were they coming from? What is happening? And why were there titans in the wall? But my most important question was, why was Eren a titan? And it all happened 1,000 years ago, or 1,000 or 2,000 years ago, if I remember correctly watching the show. I have to rewatch it. So what happened basically is that this little girl went into a tree, she saw some sort of centipede, and that little girl became the progenitor of the Titans. And Ymir was just abused by people. She has been betrayed and she lost trust in people. But she still was a good person till the very end of her life. I don't know if Isayama has something against people, but this is very accurate to what humankind is. We humans go to war for the dumbest things. We humans actually just go and wander off and actually destroy basically everything. We get into fights. We actually have to kidnap and, torture people just for a living and so we can make money. And I guess Isayama actually wanted to write this into the story, and I'm not surprised because humans are disgusting as well. So when people compare Berserk to Attack on Titan, there are some similarities right there, and that's the aspect of humankind. Although I think Berserk is a little bit better, Attack on Titan is still pretty good. Although there is one thing that people were really bothered was Eren's, character development, or just apparently people think that Eren's character was ruined. I thought it was perfect. The guy was just tired of humans. He was tired of humanity going to war. He was tired of seeing just everything falling apart. And I would be too if actually I saw everything from the very beginning of my childhood, seeing my own mother being eaten alive. And if he did not see the future, he probably just wouldn't been the same person, honestly. So what does he do? He goes on a genocidal war, just killing all these humans because he's just tired. He doesn't care anymore. So you have to understand that Eren has gone through enough. And all these characters have. But Eren seems like he's just done with everybody's shit. I did not expect the guy to actually become the villain of this entire story until the very end. And even though most of these characters could be villains, it doesn't really matter. Eren wanted to kill humans because he was just tired of everything. So I think he was an amazing final villain. So my opinions and thoughts on Attack on Titan, it's a brilliant series, and I should go rewatch this again. Since it's over, I could enjoy the show without waiting for something. And anybody who hasn't seen Attack on Titan, you really are missing out. It's a show that will leave you on the edge of your seat. It's a show that you will never forget. And it's a show that will still be talked about in generations. And that's all I gotta say. So see ya.